Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Battle for Wesnoth campaign, the South Guard. In our last episode, we completed scenario number 7, which involved us returning to the city of Weston, and you can see it right here. So we actually journeyed back to Weston after completing our quest, which involved us hunting down the undead forces and finding the source of the undead, which unfortunately turned out to be the fallen elven sage Mibrin, who had become a lich and was leading the undead forces. And of course, with the help of our elven allies, we were able to vanquish Mibrin and put a stop to the undead menace. However, upon our return to Weston, it turns out that the elves that have been left behind, because again, we took one of the elven leaders, that being, here she is, Ethiliel, who's come with us on our journey and has been helping us along the way. The remaining elves that are still in the Aethenwood forest have, I guess, started to create some problems. And so the human and elven forces have come kind of up against each other, and there's a lot of tension. So we're going to need to find out exactly what's going on and see if we can hopefully find a solution to avoid, all-out conflict. So we're going to proceed into scenario number 8. But before I do that, I did just want to give a quick shout out to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Thomas Hazelwood. Thomas pointed out that I was being, just to kind of give some context for this comment, I was being a little bit hard on myself in the last episode. I had lamented that I had lost one of my dragoons in this particular, in scenario 7. And in doing so, I had sort of said, oh, geez, I made a mistake. That wasn't the, I would have done things differently. And all in all, I kind of botched the scenario. But Thomas sort of said that, really I lost one unit, and yet I was able to gain level ups with multiple other units. And I have this other dragoon that's very close to leveling up. So all in all, not a bad outcome. So thanks to Thomas for just kind of putting things in perspective. I maybe was being a bit hard on myself, but that doesn't mean that I could have, that there aren't things I would have done differently. So thank you to Thomas for a bit of a pep talk there. Another comment here from Albtrom. Albtrom mentioned that he noticed that when I was charging, and I believe it was either with one of my dragoons or it might have been with Deoran. I can't remember which character it was. But again, these characters have charge. So when used offensively, this attack deals double damage to the target. It also causes this unit to take double damage from the target's counterattack. And Albtrom noticed that this effect was being applied in that I would take double damage. So just a great reminder from Albtrom to remember that there comes with the added damage effect a risk of added damage being done back to me. So thank you to Albtrom for the great reminder and for noticing this. Okay, let's proceed to scenario number 8 and see if we can figure out what's going on between the elves and the humans, because I think the fact that we've, vanquished Mibrin, the elves don't seem to believe us. So let's see if we can, figure out what's going on. There you can see we've returned to the city of Weston. We've kind of made a loop. So we went through the Aethenwood, down through the Southwood, into the Black Forest, and then we've come back now to the southern outpost and all the way to Weston. Finally, we have returned home. The undead and bandits are both defeated, and it seems that the townsfolk have already begun to rebuild. Perhaps now there will be peace in Weston. You have our thanks, Lady Ethiliel. We could not have accomplished this feat without you. Yes, you have done a great deed in destroying the undead, but it was others of your kind that brought this evil to begin with. Nevertheless, I see now that not all humans are alike, and that you, too, are capable of courage and loyalty. About the trouble with my people, I will see what I can do. Help! Help! You will pay for Mibrin's death. I am just a farmer. I never killed anyone. You lie. All humans are the same. Your people kidnapped and murdered our wisest sage. Now you will pay. He just killed that innocent farmer. We must stop him. Stop, Eltonmere. These humans are not the ones who harmed Mibrin. They have helped me obtain vengeance on the ones responsible for the horrible deed, and have thus absolved themselves of any wrongdoing. No more innocent blood needs to be shed. I can hardly believe my ears. You have always been too soft, Ethiliel, but to side with the humans? All humans are scum and vermin. Just as they have felled our trees in the past, they have destroyed our homes, murdered our people, and killed Mibrin. Mibrin was my master, Eltonmere. It is I who grieves the most. I have spent countless sleepless nights thinking about his death, and missing him so dearly that my heart never ceases to ache. You know how I must feel about losing one that I cherished so. Still, even I recognize that these humans are not the ones to blame. It matters not. The humans have spilled the blood of our people, and so theirs will be spilled in turn. If you stand against us, Ethiliel, we will attack you too. You had best stay out of this. And what do you think Ethiliel will have to say about that? Eltonmere, answer me. You know you do not have the authority to be attacking the humans like this, much less me. Eltonmere. Ever the stubborn one. Deoran, we will not be able to fight them for very long. I will send a messenger to Ethiliel and hope he gets here in time before the city is overrun. Are you sure that they'll listen to Ethiliel, or that he'll even try to stop them? Perhaps not, but we have no other hope right now. We must survive until Ethiliel arrives. Okay, here we are. Scenario number 8, Vengeance. Victory condition is to survive until the end of turns. So this is a bit of a different spin on things, where previously we've been trying to win the battle in the allotted time that we've been given. But in this scenario, we're trying to survive until our turns run out. So we have to play, at least from what it appears, we have to play all of the turns. Our defeat conditions are the death of Deoran or the death of Ethiliel. And an important note here is that this is the final scenario. So that's an important note, because it means that we don't have to worry about preserving gold or anything like that. And we also don't have to worry about carrying characters over into the next scenario, because this is the final scenario of the campaign. So that might affect the way that we make decisions and employ strategy in this particular scenario. Oh boy. Okay, so we basically just have to hold out and try not to die effectively. And it looks like we have a new type of unit here that I'm seeing. So we have a Weston Guard, a heavy infantryman. Interesting. Let's take a look at him. So that's a level 1 unit. As you can see here, he's pretty heavily armored. And he's got an impact-based mace attack that does pretty good damage. They're brawny fighters clad in full plate, wielding massive impact weapons. They have poor mobility, are best employed in static defensive fortified positions. So we want to keep him probably guarding the cities. Or the towns, I should say, villages. He is susceptible to cold and fire, but he's got good resistance to blade and pierce, which is really going to help against the arrows of the elves. But importantly, he does not have a ranged attack. Okay, very interesting. We also have a Javelineer, who I believe, yeah, is an advancement from the Spearman. So this is a level 2 sort of end of the evolutionary tree unit. It looks like it's a bit of a hybrid melee / ranged attack sort of unit. You can see here he has first strike, decent melee attack, and then pretty good ranged as well. So might be able to take advantage of that. So now let's see what else we've got. So we've got a lot of villages. One down here that isn't captured, so we might want to go and get that if we can spare a unit. And up there, yeah, we're in good shape. So it looks like we're basically just going to be attacked, presumably from the western side of the map over here. You can see here we've got Elvish captains, Elvish fighter. We've got sort of a mixed bag of elven units coming at us. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So we've already got Minister Hylas out. We've got Sir Garrick. Ethiliel is out as well. And then I guess we just have some other units here, Weston Guards. Okay, so these aren't our units. We have a lieutenant here. Interesting. So the lieutenant is kind of a unique... I thought this was going to be like a swordsman unit that I had previously, but this is kind of a unique unit here. So advances from a sergeant. Oh, that's kind of a cool sprite. So it's kind of like a spearman, but like the leader of the spearmen, I guess, who's a bit of a commander. And then we've got lieutenant, and he goes all the way up to general. So has leadership there, so we might be able to take advantage. Yeah, all right. Let's decide here how we want to bring our units back. So I think I'm just going to go for broke and bring my most powerful units back. So I'll probably start with the champion and the bowman, and then bring the royal guard as well. The reason for that is that these units are both able to do fairly decent amounts of melee and range damage. So I think because we're fighting the elves, that's going to be pretty important. So let's bring our champion back. Actually, can we recall here? No, we can't. So it's only these ones in and around where the keep is, which makes sense. Minister Hylas, it might be nice to... actually, here, Sir Garrick, who probably... We want to put somebody on the village, that's for sure. Sir Garrett can perhaps go there. I think we want to maybe bring our spearmen up, actually, to guard the village. And then... Ethiliel can advance in behind just to provide healing there. Meanwhile, Minister Hylas can do the same like that. Now, of course, our units out here are the ones that are going to get attacked first, it would appear. So you know what? Maybe actually, now that I think about it, maybe we want to advance out and try to meet them on the open ground. The only problem, of course, the elves benefit from being in the woods. So these units are kind of on their own. We're going to probably need reinforcements out in that direction. So maybe what we do is we head down here. Yeah, we can't get a healer down there just yet. I was going to say, if Ethiliel could get down there, she could provide health, which would be useful for these units. There, I can undo her movement. That's still not going to give her enough. I suppose we can go here, though. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, let's do that. It will put her at some risk. Ooh, actually, we could put her in the woods. Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea. Even though she's going to be at some risk being out in the open like that, the woods are going to provide her with some really good defense. So that's... I feel a little better about that decision. And then... maybe our bowmen will advance into the woods as well. Yeah, Sir Garrick, we maybe want to advance as well. Now, the big question is, do I want to try and fight them? I'm thinking if I can get them on the open ground in and around these forts here, that would probably be the most beneficial for me. So let's actually advance a lot of our troops up and into the battle here. And then what we'll do is Sir Garrick can advance like this. Minister Hylas, same story. Our champion can move in as well. And then we'll also recall our Royal Guard for sure. And we might as well also recall our bowmen. And let's, as well, since we're at it, we'll bring our Dragoon back. We're still doing all right for gold, and we've got really good gold income, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, that's going to do it for that turn. And then we'll leave Deoran where he is, because we don't want him being put in any risk. So we're going to end our turn there, and let's just see what happens. We're going to take some big damage here, I think. Okay, no problem. We tanked it. Okay, they are going to go for our villages. That's good to know. We're going to have to try to keep an eye on our gold income here. We can afford to lose some of our villages, but we obviously need to hang on to a chunk of them as well. So our heavy infantryman is probably going to be most effective here at trying to do some melee. Oh yeah, look at this big damage here. Let's try it. Nice. Okay, one miss. Be careful, Deoran. The more blood you spill, the more my people will be enraged. More will surely come to attack. Okay, so it almost sounds like we have to play this more defensively and, in a way, try not to kill too many of them or they're going to just bring reinforcements. So maybe what we want to do is actually just form, you know, kind of a defensive perimeter here. Geez, yeah, that's a bit of a interesting development. So, okay. Our champion can go and sit in the woods right here. And then our royal guard, we want to advance. I think maybe like this. There we go. Now we will keep our bowman needs to get out there for sure. Our master bowman, I should say. Now that means that brings me to kind of a bit of a question here of should I actually try to attack or should I just let them keep hitting me? Obviously, I'm going to probably want to keep Ethiliel back then in this case. I don't want to put her in unnecessary risk then, if that's sort of the case. Maybe Ethiliel can go more like this, and then we can put the bowman there. Need to be careful with my white mage as well. That said, I think he'll be okay there. It's just I don't want him to be killed, obviously. So we'll recall our additional healers here. Both our Shide and our Druid. Now, as for a merman, I might as well bring one in, and then we have something in the water at least. So I'll send the merman kind of around up here, maybe. That's going to do it. So we could, of course, advance our cavalry in. So maybe we'll do that. And then we can bring in one more unit. The spearman is close to... He's got a decent amount of experience. So we might as well bring him back as well. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think we're just going to want to play this one kind of defensively. Yeah, we'll go like that with our lieutenant here. Okay. We're going to just kind of let them come to us then. I don't want to try... I want to try not to kill too many of them, basically. Boy, he's just taking all kinds of range damage there. I mean, I'm going to have to kill a few of them. There's no way around that, but... This poor guy is just... This heavy infantryman is just taking all kinds of damage. So maybe we'll retreat him back to a village and move our bowman up like that and have him be the vanguard a little bit. Meanwhile, the rest of our units here are just going to continue to sort of move that guy there. And we'll go like that with our spearmen. Cavalry can kind of hang back. We need something better right here, though. We need a bit of a stronger unit. Merman can go up here. Healer, we want our healer in probably like that, perhaps. This one can go in here. Actually, you know what? Minister Hylas is probably okay where he is. He's a pretty tough unit, so... I think we're just going to kind of let them beat on us quite a bit and just see how long we can hold out. Oh, magic damage. That's not good. Oh, no. Oh, and there goes my lieutenant. Yeah, well, this plan's falling apart pretty quick. Okay, the bowman's holding his own. Again, the objective here is to try not to anger the elves too much by getting too many kills. Okay, it's now nighttime, which means we're at a disadvantage, and the elves are unaffected because they are neutral. So, oh boy. Yeah, Ethiliel's in a bit of danger here, so I'm gonna have to... Alright, let's recruit a few extra units here just for kind of maybe some almost meat shields here. We could bring our Dragoon around just to act as a bit of a decoy here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think we're fine otherwise. Guy just needs to keep healing. This heavy infantryman. Yeah, I'm concerned about Ethiliel, obviously. She's kind of vulnerable here, so I might have to pull her back eventually. I could swap her out, actually, for this. You know what? Let's do that. Substantially less risk having this one out, because this one can die. This is the Shide that I evolved in the last scenario. Be better to have Ethiliel back in here, safe and sound. And you know what? We might even put Ethiliel in here, like this, there. Then she can heal the units out in here. Okay. Oh yeah, my Dragoon's taking a ton of damage. I'm gonna have to retreat him back. Oh, he died. Yikes. Game, you know, I'm playing this a little differently because it is the last scenario. I may have to start actually trying to get some kills here, just because otherwise we're gonna lose all our units. Yeah, Ethiliel needs to get out of there, or she's gonna get surrounded. Or excuse me, this Shide, I should say. That's not Ethiliel anymore. That's right. Alright, let's try striking back perhaps a little bit here. Oh, my javelin thrower kind of didn't do as well as I was hoping in melee there. Okay, what we'll do is Sir Garrick is gonna attack this poor little guy. There's one kill. For every one of us you strike down, more will rise. So, oh yeah, so there we go. Each time we kill one, another one pops up. Yeah, we might need to almost just retreat back and just not get kills, because it literally looks like it's a 1-for-1 exchange. And we killed... Okay, this is another level 1 unit at least, but yeah, I don't want to keep playing that game where every time I kill one, another one just pops right up. Yeah, and this poor guy is kind of on his own. I might have to do a little bit of strategic killing, though, just so I can move them a little bit. Because I want to get this bowman out of there. Where he is currently, he's kind of in a bad situation. So let's see, can we... Oh, you know what? We could retreat our heavy infantrymen back, at least. Yeah, that's something. And then our spearmen... I mean, we could just sacrifice the bowman, much as I hate to do it. It's not the worst thing ever, but again, I need to be actually able to defend myself, and the more of these tier 3 units that I lose, or excuse me, level 3 units that I lose, the worse off I am. This is a very challenging scenario, because you don't want to kill too many units, because if you do, you're kind of hooped, so yeah. Alright, you know what? We're going to do a little bit of... We're just going to try something here. Let's see if we can kill this guy off. Nope. One more time. Okay. My hope was that I could kill him and then retreat the bowman back. So unfortunately, the bowman is almost certainly going to die. So what we're going to do is just kind of barricade ourselves in here as best we can. This little guy's going to have to move on down this way. And then... Oh, you know what? We can recall an elvish fighter, which might actually be helpful, even though that's pretty expensive compared to just recruiting like a spearman or something. The elvish fighter is a little bit more versatile, especially at night. So, yeah. Now, my only concern is Minister Hylas being out in front. I would rather have like a more kind of tough unit there. So, I think maybe what I'll do is I'll actually retreat Minister Hylas back, bring our champion down that way. That's a little bit more of a tanky front there. So, yeah, Minister Hylas is fine. I think we're in good shape. This little guy can even advance to that forest tile. And I guess, in a way, you know what? We can go and capture a village, at least with our merman. Try and recoup a bit of our gold income. All right, we're going to end the turn. and there goes one of our spearmen. Well, at least he's tying up some units out there. Oh, that poor guy. Yeah, our Javelineer is getting beat up now. Thankfully holding his own. Our Bowman not doing very well, though. Although, you know what we can do is get our Bowman out of there and at least have him try to heal. Our Javelineer is all but doomed. So yeah, we're gonna just hold out here as best we can. Yeah, in terms of what to recall, we're just gonna recruit some more units, I think. Probably another Bowman, I think, and then perhaps maybe a Spearman. I need a unit to kind of plug up this gap in the wall here, I think. Do we go like that? Yeah, I think we're just going to keep letting them sort of come to us here. And this guy, we just have to make sure he doesn't get attacked while he's moving like that. This isn't the best use of my Entangler, but that's what we'll do with him for now. Okay, we're going to end it there. Oh, no, magic. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, the poor Bowman. Yeah, playing defensive is not a lot of fun in terms of your units. You can't get kills, really. Oh boy, now it's our most important units here. Oh boy. Alright, our Entangler's gonna capture a village for the income. Sir Garrick's in pretty good shape. Took a bit of damage from this marksman. Might be worth killing him just because he's kind of threatening Garrick. This is where having units that have both ranged and melee attacks up front is kind of helpful. Whereas Sir Garrick doesn't have a ranged attack. Yeah, this is a bit of a tricky spot, because I really don't want to lose Sir Garrick. Yeah, you know what? Let's try and get the kill. Okay. That also allowed Sir Garrick to level up or evolve, I guess, and now he's got a little bit more health. He's got 74 hit points. But that's going to mean that another unit is produced, yeah. And then we can recruit maybe a Spearman. Okay. Here comes the onslaught. We're halfway there, 7 out of 14. Yeah, they're targeting Sir Garrick because of the lack of ranged attacks. That's a good strategy. And they're also going for the heavy infantry for the same reason. I don't know if I'm going to be able to heal to keep up with that. Our Entangler is going to keep on moving. Kind of picked a terrible unit to do this, but it gives us something at least. Thankfully, this unit is loyal, so it's not costing me upkeep. But let's see, what else can we do here? Again, I think we're just going to hold out and keep trying to heal. Let's make sure we've got our heals optimized at least. Yeah, we don't have anybody down here to heal, so that might be a good reason to actually recall an Elvish Shaman, because we can't... Unfortunately, we're not able to produce them. We can only make human units, so no healers for us at this point. Okay. Oh, poor Sir Garrick. He's just tanking arrows. Oh no! My Entangler. That's not good. Yeah, that's the risk I took by putting him up there. He's in a really horrible spot. Now, thankfully, there's a swamp right there, and he can actually get to that and have higher defense along with the village, so that's what we'll do with him. Yeah, and we're just going to continue to try to hold out here with our healers and our vanguard force kind of along the wall. Let's see, we'll move our shaman perhaps around like this, and that way the shaman can heal these two, just in case we need it. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape, actually. Ooh, big damage. Holy, that heavy infantry is pretty cool. It's too bad I didn't get more, I didn't have access to them in the campaign. I really like them. Wow, look at that. Oh, geez, they use slow on me. That's not good. Poor spearman. Oh, thank goodness. That healing is the only thing that's keeping me in it right now. All right, so what's the biggest kind of weak point here? Our heavy infantryman is probably going to die. But he's doing his job pretty well. He's holding out. We just have to be careful because when he dies, we don't want the elves to kind of get a foothold in the fort area here. Thankfully now Ethiliel's back here, so she's kind of out of the way. It would be our non-leader elvish side that would come under attack. So I think we're just gonna kind of keep going with what we've got here, honestly. Meanwhile, this guy, I don't know if I should really risk moving him or just kind of leave him up there. Yeah, I mean, we can recruit additional units if need be, or recall some. Another fighter here, maybe. Let's do that. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to end it there. And unfortunately, this fighter's probably going to go down. But, I mean, I suppose we could retreat him back and swap him out for a spearman or something. Or a bowman, I suppose. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we do that just to give him a bit of a chance to recover. Okay, here we go. Oh, geez, that bowman getting lit up. Fuck. Okay. Okay, so that northern part needs to get shored up as well. We need more defense up there. Sir Garrett getting attacked again. Okay, so heavy infantry is going to come back and sit here again. Meanwhile, this elven fighter is going to go occupy the woods right there. Let's see, we can recruit perhaps another spearman. Or maybe a... Yeah, let's do a spearman. I think that's going to be good. Down here, we're in good shape. And we can also reallocate this fighter, who currently isn't really doing a whole lot. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Okay, we'll end it there. Oh, the poor heavy infantry died. That's too bad. I really like that unit. But he did his job. He tanked the damage long enough for us to hold out. No, not Sir Garrick. Oh, he's going after Deoran. Okay, we're going to have to deal with that. Okay, at least the merman is kind of pulling a unit down to attack him. That's not so bad. Let's throw a net at this guy. Perfect. There we go. Okay, we have to deal with the unit that's attacking Deoran because that's a huge problem. So maybe what we'll do is we'll move Ethiliel. Actually, Minister Hylas might be the better choice to come in and attack. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, and we missed. We missed again. We missed 3 in a row with 70%. Are you serious? Holy. Okay. We're going to have to try and do the same with Ethiliel now and hope that we land 2 hits. There's one. There's two. Okay, we're fine. Now we're okay. Turn this guy up, and there we go. We need to keep this druid there to heal here, and then we need something right there. So we're gonna rotate up like this, and then push our shaman over like that. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's undo that and move this spearman down here. There, that's better. Okay, so yeah, Deoran's okay, but we just had to make sure that we're in okay shape here. All right, that'll do it. Only a couple turns left here. Let's see if we can hold out. A relatively minor damage there. Nice. That Entangler actually ended up doing his job. He distracted a unit. And he captured a few villages. So, although this one looks like it has been taken away, so we'd have to recapture it. I don't think he can get there in a single. Yeah, we're gonna just leave him where he is. Okay, is there anybody that's really hurt? No, I mean, we're looking pretty good. Even Sir Garrick has just been tanking damage like an absolute champ. Yeah, I think we're doing all right here. Move our healers in just to make sure we're covering as many as we can. And then we'll end it there. Our Royal Guard taking some big damage. Okay, last turn. Here we go. Sir Garrick is definitely worse for wear, and he's been slowed, as you can see, but I think he'll be all right. We just have to hold out the one extra turn here, so... it might be worth killing off this Elvish hero, just because he could evolve, although... I mean, he's still a fairly decent amount of XP away, so I'm not as concerned. This fighter is getting pretty close, but he's a level 1 unit, so... I mean, oh well. That said, I could just try and kill him with the sword. Maybe I'll do that. There. That at least takes care of that. And then, yeah, I think we will end our turn there. Hope Sir Garrett can stay alive. Take another slow. Oh. Eltonmere, what in the world is going on here? We are merely giving these human pigs what they deserve. If they wish to shed the blood of our people, we will do the same to them. I know you must be grieving over Mibrin's death as well, but surely you see that nothing good can come of doing this, especially not from attacking Ethiliel. Then suggest something, for we must have some form of retribution. The ones who effectively killed Mibrin are dead. I saw to that personally. We should have no more qualms with the remaining humans here. As if we would be satisfied by something like that. Even if what you say is true, the death of a few bugs in the woods is hardly an equal trade for one of our greatest leaders. But the answer cannot be more death and destruction. No, it might not be, but Eltonmere is right. We cannot sit idly by and forget this atrocity either. If you wish to prevent a slaughter here, we will have to come up with some other form of resolution. Regardless, you should come and discuss the issue with us, Ethiliel. You no longer belong with the humans. I suppose you are right. I will come. Okay, and with that, it looks like we have successfully completed scenario number 8. So, very difficult scenario and the last of the campaign. And as you can see, we were totally surrounded. We were holding out, and again, we were trying our best not to kill any of the enemy units, because doing so was spawning them there. So all in all, this was a great campaign. I'm going to save it here and then see if there's kind of an ending to this particular campaign. Let's see, we want to save. We will call this completed. Okay, so as I said, we've saved. Now let's see. The men of the South Guard held the walls of Weston staunchly, trading evenly with the elves blow for blow. The night ran its course, and as dawn broke, the fighting continued, humans standing fast at the wall as the elves poured out in ever-increasing number. As the sun began to rise into the sky, the light dimmed and great fog spread across the battlefield. The sounds of fighting dispersed, and soon it was utterly silent as the elves withdrew from combat. The humans advanced cautiously, still in formation, still ready to strike at any sign of trouble. The fog withdrew, and sunlight broke through the clouds in scattered beams. Deoran rode to the forefront of the line of infantry, waiting with bated breath. Finally, after several more minutes, the fog drifted away, and Ethiliel stood there alone, facing the wall of spears. Her face was a mask of woe and exhaustion, and yet her voice was startlingly clear as she spoke to the men of Wesnoth, saying, "Stop. Enough blood has been spilled, human and elf alike. The injury you humans have done to the elves is great, but your service also was worthy. We have decided to make peace again. These are our terms. No human will be permitted in the forests or hills of the Aethenwood, and likewise, we elves will not traverse the plains and farmlands belonging to you humans. No more will the elves send ambassadors or counselors to Weston, and no more will men wander the green woods." Ethiliel drew closer to Deoran, and her voice dropped to a whisper. "I have done what I can to ensure peace between elf and man. You may not like it, but it is the best I could do. This whole endeavor has brought me enough grief as it is. I will go now." Thus, an uneasy peace was established between man and elf. For many weeks, the South Guard patrolled the borders of the Elven Woods and watched over the growing farms and villages. The threat from the elves was enough to keep the villagers from entering the now forbidden Aethenwood, and despite the palpable tension at the forest border, the truce was maintained without incident. Finally, as the snow melted and green buds marked the onset of spring, Deoran knew the time had come to report back to King Haldric. He bade the people of Weston farewell and made his journey northward to Weldon. While years of rebuilding lay ahead for Kurlath, they would take place in peace thanks to Deoran's leadership and the heroics of the South Guard. The end. So that's the conclusion of the South Guard, which is again a Battle for Wesnoth campaign. I really enjoyed playing through this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for the ride as well. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this campaign, and also your thoughts on the Battle for Wesnoth, as I know some of you maybe aren't as familiar with the game itself. But we're going to just scroll through here. Let's see, we can adjust the speed, so we'll let this go. This is the credits, I guess, for the game itself and for the campaign that we just finished. A very large number of people have contributed to this project, as you can see. And of course, translations in a wide variety of languages, as you can see here as well. There's even an Old English translation. I didn't know that. In the comments also, if you have a campaign you'd like to see me try next, please let me know. My plan currently is to kind of just proceed down the list, going from sort of the, again, the most beginner-based campaigns and then gradually getting more and more advanced. But if there's one in particular you'd like to see, please let me know. That'll do it for the credits, and I guess that will do it for the campaign. So, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next The Battle for Wesnoth campaign.